Steven Bartlett started the Diary of a CEO with 27 listeners at the basement of his kitchen. Now, I had him say it himself.
But tell me like a little bit of your story. I mean, you started in your kitchen doing this.
Actually recorded it under the stairs near my kitchen, and I remember taking my sock off at 2 a.m. in the morning, and I put it on the microphone because I was getting lots of
with the P sound.
P sound. So I stick that on there, I plug it into GarageBand on my laptop, I record it, and I'm talking about very graphic things. And then I posted it, and like 26, 27 people listened to it.
And today it has crossed 1 billion streams. 1 billion. No studio, no budget, no audience, just a microphone and an idea, and 27 listeners, most of whom were probably his friends. So today the show has 1 billion streams, episode pulling 15 million views, a multi-million-dollar media empire built from a kitchen. Now, most people hear that story and they take the wrong lesson. They think it's about podcasting or about Steven Bartlett specifically. No, it's not. It's about something that is quietly deciding who gets the opportunities, the clients, the speaking stages, and the income, and who doesn't get anything from the share. And if you are a professional, a consultant, a founder, or an executive sitting on years of experience and real industry results, you need to hear this. You really need to listen to this. Here is what Steven actually built, and it wasn't a podcast. No, he made his thinking visible, his conversations, his curiosity, his perspective visible. And that visibility became an audience. That audience became trust. That trust became influence. And that influence became a business. That's the blueprint, not the microphone, the visibility and distribution. And here is why that matters for you personally. Right now, somewhere, someone with fewer results than you and less expertise than you is getting the opportunities that you should have gotten. The board seat, the consulting contract, the speaking invitation, the inbound lead that would have changed your Q1, your Q2, Q3, Q4, or your entire year. And the only difference between you and that person is not talent, is not qualification, is not even network. Not really. It is visibility. They are known. You are not. In a world where attention is the new currency, being unknown is expensive. Very, very expensive. So let me make this tangible by showing you the cost of invisibility, because I don't want this conversation to be abstract. Think about how opportunities actually come to people like you. A decision maker needs a consultant. They think of the person whose name they have seen consistently. A company is looking for a keynote speaker. They Google, they scroll LinkedIn, they go with whoever shows up strong. An investor is evaluating two founders. One has presence, a point of view, a body of visible work. The other is a clean CV and a quiet profile. Who do you think gets the meeting? Now, this is not about being famous. This is about being findable and credible to the exact people who have money and decisions to make or to give. So you have spent years, maybe decades, building expertise. You have solved real problems. You have led real teams. You have delivered real results. That knowledge lives in your head, in private meetings, in conversations that disappear the moment the room empties. And the world moves on without ever knowing that you existed at all. So sad. Steven Bartlett understood something that most professionals are still sleeping on even in 2026. One conversation made visible can reach millions. One idea published consistently can travel globally. This is a leverage previous generations simply did not have. Come to think of it, over 6 billion people have mobile devices. So with your mobile device, you can reach 6 billion other people. And you're sitting on top of it, doing nothing with it. What does it actually mean to become intellectually visible? Because I'm not talking about becoming an influencer. I'm not talking about dancing on TikTok reels or chasing some viral moment. No, I'm talking about just three things. Number one, a presence that speaks before you do. When someone hears your name and goes to look you up, what do they find? Does your LinkedIn profile communicate authority, clarity, and credibility in the first 10 seconds? Or does it read like a CV that stopped being updated in 2021? Your profile is working or isn't? There is no middle ground. None. Second, a point of view that is consistently visible. You don't need to post every day, but you need to show up. And you need to show up enough that the right people start to recognize your name, associate it with your expertise, and trust it before you ever speak to them. That is how inbound starts. That is how opportunities find you. Think of Vusi Thembakwayo. Think of Steven Bartlett. Think of Tony Robbins. All this name rings a bell in all of our heads. And the third one, content that compounds. Steven didn't eat a billion stream with one episode. He showed up week after week when nobody was watching. 27 listeners became 200. 200 became 2,000. Visibility compounds exactly the same way interest does. Slowly, then suddenly. The professionals who will dominate their industry in the next 5 years are not necessarily the most talented. They are the ones who started building visible proof of their thinking today. Here is my question to you. If someone searched your name right now, your ideal client, your dream employer, the investor you have been trying to reach, what would they find? And would what they find reflect the actual depth of what you know and what you have done in your professional career? In fact, you can just pause this video now, go to Google and type your name and see what comes as the result. Feel free to type what you see in the comments. For most professionals, the honest answer is nothing serious shows up on Google about you. And that gap between the expertise you have and the presence you project is where opportunities go to the grave. But the good news is that gap is closable, and that starts with knowing exactly where you stand in your industry. I built a LinkedIn profile audit scorecard. It's completely free and it walks you through a section by section self audit of your profile so you can see yourself with clarity how your presence compares to the top 1% in your industry. No fluff, no generic advice, just a clear, honest score and a starting point for you to start building. The link is in the description section. Download it, go through it, and start closing the gap, if possible, today. Steven Bartlett, the diary of a CEO, started in a kitchen with 27 listeners and a belief that his thinking was worth sharing with the world. The question is not whether your ideas are worth sharing. The truth of the matter is your ideas are worth sharing. The question is, are you making them visible? Start small, but start. You never know which idea becomes your own kitchen moment. And if this conversation landed, I'd like you to share it with somebody in your network who is sitting on expertise the world hasn't seen yet. They really need to hear this. And if you want to go deeper on building your LinkedIn presence from the ground up, this video right here is the next that you should watch. I'll see you in my next video. But in the meantime, I want you to stay legendary. Peace.